Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good evening to all of you. My name is Dhwani Karya, and it gives me immense pleasure to be standing in the capacity for your host today. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Team Infibeam Avenues, I would like to welcome all the distinguished guests and industry professionals for this wonderful kind launch. You are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen, today, as you will see something new, something unique, and something really exciting. In fact, I can even say that you are going to witness history happening right here on this very stage. So everybody, I can see a lot of curious faces. Are you curious? Is everyone excited? Yes? Yes? So let's have a huge round of applause. Also, let me tell you just a small reminder to truly celebrate this momentous occasion. Request you to join us for dinner and cocktails after the proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to witness a truly game-changing innovation that will reduce the challenges which hinder the acceptance of digital payments on a wider scale. Today, we live in a marvelous age of digitization and technology that has rapidly transformed individual and business transactions or the way digital payments are made and accepted. Speaking about our very own country, the growth of digital payments in India over the past few years has been absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? Constant innovation and development of technology has been an accelerator in the growth of cashless transactions that has motivated the modern consumer to easily adopt digital modes of payment. It is estimated that every 2 out of 3 payment transactions will be done digitally in the near future. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Which is also just in line with the government's vision of transforming India into a digital economy. Needless to say, as India's first court, as India's first listed fintech, Infibeam Avenues Limited is working actively to push it even further. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have heard the famous quote, "With great power comes great responsibility." In similar lines, we can say immense progress can come only one can master change through continued development. 2 gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, who are present here in this room with us, who have mastered change, and they are here with us, and they are truly the drivers of digital commerce. May I take this opportunity, as I can say, a special opportunity to introduce you to Mr. Vishal Mehta, Managing Director, Infibeam Avenues Limited. Yes, Les, we can have an applause for him. Warm welcome, sir. And we have here with us Mr. Vishwas Patel, Executive Director, Infibeam Avenues Limited. Welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I would like to introduce Mr. Mehta, who has been responsible for nurturing the platform side of Infibeam Avenues and has transformed IAL into a global powerhouse that empowers large enterprises, governments, corporates, MSMEs, and startups with means to maximize opportunities in the digital space. In his past experience, he worked at Amazon in technology and corporate development functions. He holds a degree in engineering from Cornell University and graduate degrees in management from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, I would first like to call upon, and let's give a huge round of applause for Mr. Vishal Mehta. Very warm welcome to you, sir.
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming here in witnessing the launch of one of the world's most advanced omni-channel payment application, which we call CC Avenue Payments. And we're very excited, through this entire episode that we have today. We'd love to show you all the details and the functionalities and many others, which my colleagues Vishwas, Ankit, will actually follow through. But I wanted to actually share, a couple of things with you in terms of, how this product evolved and how we think about it as a business. India is a very populous country, and there are millions of merchants and billions of people. And it's unlike any other geography you've seen. We decided as a company a long time ago that we need to actually participate in the growth of digital payments and democratization of the ecosystem in India. So we coined a phrase, which we use internally, I'd like to share with you as well, which we call D, C, and B. And those are the three things that we're going to focus on, which is, first, trying to figure out how to make the whole ecosystem digital, merchants going digital. And that's what the D stands for. Once you essentially allow the merchant to go digital, they can do a lot more things. Digital is actually not just being able to go and create something online. It's being able to go and create and launch, as well as figure out how to get additional opportunities online, which is the D part of our digital. We call it the payments and the software platforms for commerce. Second is making the merchants credible. That's what the C stands for. And credibility will come when merchants become digitally enabled. You see, if you're a merchant in a small town, or if you're a merchant and if you're able to go and communicate and say that I'm doing so many transactions all in cash, that may get an audience, but that may not get credibility. And credibility comes when you're able to go and figure out how the merchants can process these transactions digitally. It can be measured, it can be metric, it can be processed, it can be analyzed, and that information can be also made available at the option of the merchant to be able to go and explore other opportunities. The third part is bankable, which is what the B stands for. So how do you make the merchant more bankable? If you make them digital and credible, that's when the bankability will kick in. You see, there are so many opportunities for merchants, and we have realized that in our entire ecosystem in the past 10 or 20 years. We realized that most of these merchants, they're very well. They do extremely well. They're extremely knowledgeable. They know their business in and out. They know how to actually sell their products and services better than majority of the other. They work like entrepreneurs. The unfortunate part is that they don't have the bankability. They go through, the normal unorganized channels to be able to get the funding, to be able to run their businesses. And we realized that if we actually take that as a purpose, then we can actually and make a big difference in terms of how merchants will transact, merchants will communicate, merchants will share information, and merchants will actually go and communicate with consumers. And with that in mind, we decided that the company should be focused on two important facets. One we call the platforms, and I'll tell you what the platform means in a little bit. And second is digital payments, which is what we're going to cover. In terms of the platforms, you see, like Gujarati Thali, it has 5 fingers, we have 5 platforms. Okay, you can pick and choose which platform to use. The first platform that we have is a commerce platform. The platform that we give to large government institutions, we have clients like Jio who actually utilize the platform. We've got international clients like Saudi Telecom, Jumbo Electronics, and many others. They utilize the software platform to be able to build their businesses online. That is being able to go and get the catalog, be able to upload the catalog, to be able to go and get the ordering system right, checkout system rights, a lot of revenue enhancement feature sets and many others. It's a very complicated, complex, part of the ecosystem. And we thrive in that because we think that we can make a difference in terms of providing and provisioning such frameworks. They are software as a service. We provide it as a service. It is not a standalone piece of software that you can compile on your own servers. And we've done that fairly well for various large clients in India and international. The second is the Bharat Bill Pay platform. Now that platform is where you have billers, you have people who want to pay for utility payments, aquatax, property tax, and many others. And how do you actually create a software in such a way that you can connect the billers to the people who want to pay? And that is an important facet. We do quite a bit of business. It's more than 10,000 crores on an annualized basis and growing. 90% of the billers are there on us, and we built out in a fairly robust way. The third platform is called the Res Avenue platform. You understand all these platforms are built out to be able to go and ensure that we can actually drive payments. These platforms are done in such a way that makes it much easier for someone. It's not just a piece of payment aggregation. It's actually building out software in front of that so that the whole system becomes extremely intelligent. It is not just about what you get and what you receive and what you pay, but it's much more than I know exactly what I'm actually paying for. What is the discounts? What is the promotion? How do you actually make it smarter and better and create more revenue enhancement features? So we've created a platform called Res Avenue, which is the third one that I talked about, which is for hotels. There are more than 3,500 hotels using that framework. And that has a potential to actually grow and expand. It has an opportunity to list your products, and you can actually list it across multiple channels, and you can put your hotel rooms on hotel.com and booking.com and many engines as well as your own. And we provide payments with that, which is very important. All these platforms come with payments as core to it. The fourth one that we talk about is called Go Payments. That's an issuance framework where the company can issue debit cards and credit cards and many others. And the last, not the least, which is for remittances. We created a platform called Fable. Earlier it was Avenues Payments, and now it's Fable FinTech. But the whole idea there is that the inward remittance business in the country is fairly large. It goes into billions of dollars. If you had to send small payments from international to India, it becomes very hard to pay that SWIFT charges of $25. And so what the framework does is it builds bank-grade software to be able to give to banks so that they can actually go and move and offer such services to clients overseas. And shortly we'll cover that as well in detail. But that's the 5 platforms, the 5 fingers that I talk about, which is very important in terms of how to build out. It's software before payments. It's a layer which is built out, and payments is a facility. So payments is the roti, and the rest of it is that 5 dal shak and all of that comes along with it that makes the whole thali more attractive. And we've done that for so many years. We've done payments for 2 decades. The whole idea is how do you make payments very frictionless? The fortunate part in India is that the regulator is very much for it as well. The industry is innovating around it. You want to have faster and more secure payments all the time. I got dignitaries over here who'll talk a little bit. We'd love to hear from them as well. But the important part is that how do you make them secured and faster, and how do you make the lives of merchants and consumers so much better by launching incredibly interesting products, technologies, and innovations. This omni-channel, somebody just asked me that question when they walked in. They said, what is omni-channel? I will tell you, I'm sure Ankit is going to tell you more in detail. But the important part is that, today, whatever we do at Infibeam, CC Avenue is our flagship brand. And all payments that go through, they are online payments. Basically, somebody who wants to actually collect payments on a website or a mobile application or through social media or some other mechanism. And the whole idea is that, in terms of the offline payment channels, you will have point of sale devices and many others. And omni-channel combines the 2 facets of framework for a merchant. So in other words, it makes it very easy for someone to be able to go and accept payments across multiple channels. That's omni-channel. Ankit will talk a little bit more in detail about it. As far as this particular product is concerned, we think it's a breakthrough in technology, in payments processing technology. And the reason I say it's a breakthrough is because they've got 200 plus payment options, which are aggregated into a single application called CC Avenue Payment app. Any merchant who downloads the app can accept payments across 200 different payment types. It can accept QR code based, links. So in other words, one can actually accept payments using QR codes. You can send links to your consumers to be able to make payments. So link-based payments are also part of it. And finally, I won't steal the thunder, but you also have tap pay features. And we'll talk a little bit more in terms of what that means. It's incredible piece of framework and technology has been built out. We're the only homegrown player in this. In other words, while there may have been technology which has been built out overseas, but we are the homegrown, technology provider. And we're very proud that this digital solution, which is built in India, can be made available to the rest of the world. So that's the thing that we feel very excited about. our business model evolves around digital payments, and we've got a very rich blend of software and payments coming together. It's much smarter than what a bank does in some ways, because banks typically would not know what you're paying for. You know what has come in and what has gone out, and there's a settlement period. I think with software and with these platforms and payments, which is our business model, we make the whole system and the ecosystem very intelligent. We call ourselves more of a payment infrastructure company and not just being a payment aggregator. And I'll tell you what that difference is. You see, in the Web 1 world, when internet was just born, and I was there in the 90s in the US, and everything was centralized, which means you are the publisher, you are the consumer of data. Every infrastructure that you build out is your own, whether it's a web server, whether it's an email server, all infrastructure is your own. And everybody had to build out for themselves. And everything was centralized in the Web 1 world. In the Web 2 world, I introduced the definition called platform. Most people will know about that definition, but the appreciation there is that you don't build your own. I mean, if anyone had to build out their own infra, they'll say, I don't want to build one. It's much easier. You don't want to build your own email server. You have Gmail. It's much easier to use Gmail as a framework, which is very rich. It's very secured, and it makes it much easier for you to be able to go and get up and ready up to speed. And that we call a platform, which is, somebody builds it out, and there are a lot of users who can utilize it. And in some ways, it is not centralized. It's somewhat decentralized in some ways. And decentralization, because I don't have to centralize myself. I don't have to do everything myself. And all of our frameworks, including payments that we build out, they're all built out as platforms. And that particular positioning is very important for us, because we can actually enable these platforms to give it to banks as well, which we have done. Many of the banks utilize us. We don't think of ourselves just as a payment aggregator. We think of ourselves as a payment infrastructure company, one that enables us to provide such infrastructure opportunities for large banks, as well as some of the good fintech opportunities as well. We've built out tools, systems, and processes which we're very, very proud of, and we'll demonstrate some of them as we go through this. Today's launch is really a major milestone for us, and we think that it's the beginning of our journey. A lot of people ask me, and I'm sure they ask many of the others as well, what do you think payments will look like in the next few years? Well, the important thing is to get started. And hopefully, when you actually go through this, you'll get a perspective in terms of what we think the future would hold. So hopefully this sets a new benchmark for us, and I hope that will also give inspiration to others to follow the same benchmark. Thank you very much. Dhwani, all over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the perfect tone and sharing your very, very valuable insights with us. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our next guest of honor for this evening, Mr. Vishwas Patel, Executive Director, Infibeam Avenues. The driver of the payment side of the business, Mr. Patel has played a pivotal and pioneering role in bringing to maturity digital payments in India. He is considered as a well-respected master on the payments industry and has been serving as chairman of Payments Council of India, an umbrella body of the payments company in the country. May I request our Executive Director, Mr. Vishwas Patel, to share his views about the payment infrastructure. Let's have a warm welcome to
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming. I thought I would also speak ex-tempo instead of reading a speech. Payments, we are now 22 years, quite from where we started, where we used to call CC Avenue, which was like Credit Card Avenue. And because that was the only option available in 2000, 2001 when we started, in those early days of internet. Right, and from there, where we have continuously pushed the payments agenda, from where we have continuously put in a lot of us, we'll shortly give you a small corporate AVI, which will let you all know what we have done over the last 22 years, but a lot of us to make digital payments, and it fills our heart with pride, where today India is like the #1 real-time transfer. The numbers that we see, we are the number one in the world now. And I think a lot of effort, a lot of things that have gone in by the team here at Infibeam Avenues, and most of the management team here are together for the last 22 years, and we have made things possible. But going all the difficulties that has been there over the last 22 years, continuously pushing the agenda. Even for this app, we are at least 2 quarters behind, because every time I tell them that let's make this launch happen this quarter, they say, wait, let's see the RBI notification side, anything new coming, and we are way late into doing those stuff, and then we'll do this launch later. So plans keep changing, but finally we are there at the turning point. If you see digital payments, it's like a marketplace. If in a marketplace, if you have only buyers and no sellers, it won't happen. If you have only sellers but no buyers, it will not happen. So similarly, in digital payments, there is one side issuance which has to keep growing, and there is acceptance which has to keep growing. So on the issuance side, I think our country has done massively well, where today if you see, we have almost 900 plus million debit cards in the market. We have 70 million plus credit cards, 230 million plus prepaid instruments wallets, and maybe a billion UPI IDs for a 1.3 billion people. So on the issuance side, the problem is sorted in our country. So anybody can just walk into any bank and just open a bank account and get a zero balance bank account and get a debit card or ATM card along with a UPI ID, and he can start transacting. The problem always has been on the acceptance side. So that side has always been a lot of challenges, lot of other things that is there. So today, if you see, even after so many years, around 5.7 million POS terminals are there in the market, in a market size of almost more than 150 plus SMEs in the market, right? The cost structure of deploying those POS terminals to say a street vendor, where you have to put up a 8 to 10 or 12,000 rupees POS terminal to a street vendor, train him, battery problems, keep supplying him paper rolls, printer rolls, right? So it's a very difficult thing, and try deploying it in a country so huge of ours, where there is multilingual problems, and try remotely deploying in a small village in Manipur, right? Those challenges, and whether the transactions will happen, whether putting that POS terminal, will it make it cost effective? So now, what has happened in the last 2-3 years, QR codes have come in. Massively penetrated, you saw it on every food cart, but then again, that is a limiting thing. Doing credit card, debit cards, all those net banking payment options are out of the window of these things. So all the leaders in the payment industry, we have been focusing on how to keep growing this acceptance base. Because I have with me my colleagues from NPCI, Visa, MasterCard. They have put almost 100 crores from their kitty to the RBI Payment Infrastructure Development Fund, where we are as committee members trying to deploy and grow this acceptance base. So acceptance has been a challenge in our country, and all of us have put not only our hard-earned money and this thing, but a lot of this. We at Infibeam Avenues, when we know that this is the problem, how can we mitigate? How can we make it things easier? How can we de-write this cost factor? Because India is a price-sensitive country, and it should make business logic, right? Ultimate end of the day, a zero MDR is not a business logic, right? It will work till certain VC monies are spending to grow that, but ultimately good sense should come in where the cost of the infrastructure and the technology providers is taken care of. And then there will be a true, real, systematic, long-term growth for the digital payments. So when we conceptualize this app, right, that was a whole brain idea behind all of us, that how we can make it easier. Thanks to the new technology advancement with TapPay and others, what we have tried to build is how thinking from a small kirana shop in a small village in Orissa or Manipur or Tamil Nadu can just go to a Play Store and download the app and do the transaction, right, and start accepting. That's the whole idea, and the whole geniuses that's the little contribution, that's the next level, there a glass ceiling we had to break. So from that perspective, we have come here today. Our company for the last 22 years, across our 650 employees, have done a lot Vishal just gave you that we have to put a horse before the cart, because the platforms and the payment story is very important. Easier for the merchant to come online without understanding what an SQL database server is, or what a firewall and other things that they have to put up. You give a complete hosted solution where the merchants can come in and go live within 5 minutes without caring. So that's the whole genesis of a company, platform with payments. Now, what we have done, I will just quickly, there's a 8-minute AVI of the corporate, what we have done across our institutions. Maybe many who are here, or many young guys who don't know what we've been doing for 22 years, maybe they will get a gist for it. So I'll quickly run through the corporate AVI, and post that, I believe Ankit, our India CEO for payments, and the group CTO will take over and demonstrate the omni-channel app for which you all here. And thank you once again for giving your precious time. And thanks. We hope we make this a historic occasion. Thank you.
Why does the world love explorers? They push themselves out of the comfort zone, go beyond known boundaries in uncharted waters to drive progress. Here is an Indian company that is the epitome of this pioneering spirit. Introducing Infibeam Avenues Limited, India's first listed fintech, the pioneer pushing the e-commerce boundaries for over 2 decades, a catalyst for technological advancements and digital transformation. Infibeam Avenues has a consistently profitable track record and is part of MSCI and FTSE Small Cap Enterprise. Headquartered in Gift City, Gandhinagar, with offices in Mumbai, Delhi, Pune, Bangalore and Vadodara, and international presence in Dubai, Riyadh, Sydney and New York. Our 1,000 plus experienced professionals at Infibeam Avenues have created world-class, scalable, next-gen e-commerce platforms and payment solutions that power infinite e-commerce. The government's initiative, GEM, Government's e-marketplace, facilitates the procurement for the entire central government's needs.
सरकार ने एक छोटा सा प्लेटफॉर्म बनाया है जेम, GEM। आपसे मेरा सबसे आग्रह है कि आप उस पोर्टल पे जाइए, चेक कीजिए।
GEM maximizes transparency and efficiency in central government procurement processes, thus improving India's position in the Global Corruption Index and Ease of Doing Business Index. Built using our enterprise solution, the GEM platform has onboarded over 46 lakh sellers and SMEs who are selling directly to buyers, clocking sales of rupees 2.8 lakh crore. GEM has seen phenomenal growth and record-breaking sales of rupees 1 lakh crore in the last financial year, projected to reach rupees 7 lakh crore in the near future. Many state governments have already started procuring through the GEM platform. Infibeam Avenues also powers large-scale mission-critical e-commerce marketplace platforms for large businesses in India and abroad. Similarly, bill payments is an important facet of our daily lives. Infibeam Avenues Bill Avenue platform for utility bill payments was one of the first few to be licensed by RBI. An OU for online bill payments processed through the Bharat Bill Pay infrastructure developed by the NPCI. Bill Avenue connects to 8.4 lakh agents and retailers across India and has onboarded 90% of the billers live on BBPS, processing over 8.5 crore bills annually with a total bill value upward of rupees 10,000 crore. Res Avenue, a complete central reservation platform for hoteliers, is an online hotel booking engine with an inbuilt payment gateway and a top-notch channel management solution offering rate and inventory distribution across 50 plus leading OTAs. Over 3,500 hotels such as the Hilton, the Sheraton and the Doubletree work with ResAvenue, which generated almost 1 million room nights last year. Fable Fintech, India's most advanced cross-border remittance platform, taps into $87 billion in international inward remittances. On the payments side, CPGS platform offers advanced bank-grade scalable payment technologies to some of the biggest international banks such as JP Morgan, Bank Dhofar and Bank Muscat, and domestic banks like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank and Kotak Bank. CCAvenue, our advanced payment solution launched in 2001, was the first non-bank payment aggregator in the country, offering a comprehensive suite of digital payment processing products to suit businesses of all sizes, and has a current TPV of rupees 1.7 lakh crore, up 75% year on year. Since the beginning of the century, CCAvenue has always been the pioneer, the first to innovate in the Indian market. In 2002, CCAvenue was the first to offer net banking as a payment option. In 2003, CCAvenue was the first to offer invoice payments. In 2004, CCAvenue was the first to go live with Verified by Visa and MasterCard Secure Code. In 2007, CCAvenue became the first Indian payment gateway to achieve PCI DSS compliance and the first to become a MasterCard member service provider. In 2008, CCAvenue was the first to be certified by American Express for global currency processing. In 2013, the first RuPay debit card transaction was processed through CCAvenue. In 2014, CCAvenue was the first to offer social network in-stream payments to monetize social media platforms. Infibeam Avenues proudly launches the world's most advanced omni-channel payment app with the built-in CCAvenue TapPay, India's first certified pin-on-glass soft POS solution. With a simple download of the CCAvenue mobile app, small businesses and entrepreneurs located in remote areas can access our TapPay solution to collect digital payments easily, securely and quickly. By simply tapping your debit or credit card on the phone. That's not all. CCAvenue TapPay is the first soft POS solution to securely accept PIN on glass for transactions over rupees 5,000, a complete game changer for big ticket businesses. The CCAvenue Omni-Channel app enables Indian businesses to track and manage sales across all online and offline channels and offers state-of-the-art digital payment collection instantly via CCAvenue TapPay, CCAvenue LinkPay, CCAvenue QR Pay, CCAvenue WebPay, CCAvenue AppPay, CCAvenue Snip and CCAvenue IVR Pay. The CCAvenue app offers convergence of all online and offline channels with a single view of sales and settlements for easy transaction reconciliation. Ladies and gentlemen, now get the power of the world's most advanced omni-channel app on your phone. Download it today.
Oh my God, wow, what a thrilling, what a fascinating journey. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, let's have a thunderous round of applause for Team Infibeam Avenues. Yes, some cheers as well. Thank you so much. Wow, on that high note, I consider it a great honor to now welcome on stage Mr. Ankit Patel, the Group Chief Technology Officer and Chief Executive Officer, India, of the Payments Division of Infibeam Avenues Limited. Mr. Ankit is one of the key driving forces behind Infibeam Avenues' grand success story. With an exemplary IT career spanning nearly 2 decades, he inspires all of us today with his broad experience across infrastructure operations, network management, process development, application deployment, database management, website operations, and other external connectivity solutions. Sir, we request you to kindly introduce our valued guest to the CC Avenue mobile app and explain its features through demonstration. Let's have a huge round of applause for Mr. Ankit Patel.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming for this product launch. I am really very excited today to present to you our new omnichannel payments app. What we are trying, we have been working on this product since last 1 year, and we are here today to move forward with this exciting new payments platform. Now, before I start telling you all about our new payments platform, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those who have been working directly or indirectly on the product development side. I see many of them are here today, and yes, I think it's because of your hard work and dedication that we are here tonight. And as you all know, CC Avenue is known for its innovation in payment services. Over the past 2 decades, we have always provided stable, scalable, and secure payment platform to all our partners and all our partners and all our merchants. We have always pushed the envelope when it comes to introducing new products, new payments products. As you have seen in the video, we have always been the innovators. Now continuing in that same tradition, here is the first. CC Avenue today is the first company to be certified by MasterCard, Visa, and NPCI to accept tap pay and pin on glass transactions. So pin on glass transaction is particularly important because this, enables the merchant to accept or process the transactions above the prescribed CVM limit. Because we know that currently the limit is around 5,000 for tap and pay, but this will enable them to accept payments over and above the 5,000 rupees limit. Now this will naturally add value to the businesses of our merchants. And that's the effort that we are trying to put, and that's the key to our efforts basically. And that is also the reason why CC Avenue and Infibeam Avenues is the only listed fintech company which is profitable and successful. We are successful because we focus on our fundamentals, and our fundamentals are very simple. We listen to our customers, we listen to our partners, and we tailor-make our products to cater to their requirements. We always listen to our merchants and partners. We strive hard to make our payments platform intuitive and easy to use. With this new app, we will be making it more accessible. We strive to make the products more scalable and secure. Most importantly, we make it affordable and viable for our merchants and partners. As Vishwas pointed out, the core challenge is last mile acceptance of payments. And that is what we are trying to solve by launching our payment solutions. At present, if anybody in the country wants to open up, start accepting payments using credit cards, they will have to go to a bank, they will have to open up an account, and they will have to install or invest in, expensive, clunky hardware. That has to stop, and that's the reason why we worked on this product, and we are disrupting this process currently. What the merchants have to do is they just have to go to the Play Store, download the app, complete our eKYC process, and start accepting payments. It's as simple as that. All the store owners all the current existing merchants of ours, they can simply download the app and they can use their existing the credentials to use the app. While our focus is on tap pay features, I would like to highlight few of our features. One, merchants will be able to manage all their transactions, basically all the transactions from all the channels using a single app. So if you are doing transactions using our POS machine or a soft POS machine or on the web, you will be able to handle and manage those transactions in our app itself. In addition to that app-based solution, we will be offering many payment collection methods, like say dynamic and static QR. We will be offering payment links, and we will also enable scan and pay feature for our customers. We will provide consolidated settlement. This is very important because if you look at the current market, current products in the market, it's very rare to get a consolidated settlement for all your transactions from all your channels. This will ensure that you will get, our product will ensure that you will get a consolidated settlement from us. Let me give you an example. A chain of restaurant may want to split payout to individual restaurant. We can do that using this app. A very large, busy restaurant may want to, may want multiple devices for their restaurant for payment processing. We can help them mitigate the cost by simply turning their mobile devices into soft POS machines. I can go on and on, but I'm sure you are convinced that our claim of being the world's most advanced online payments app holds true. With that, I would like to, thank you. With that, I would like to hand it over back to Dhwani. Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant, sir. Please put your hands once again together for Mr. Ankit Patel for enlivening this event with the electrifying CC Avenue app experience. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, now it gives me immense pleasure to introduce you to the three topmost dignitaries who represent the very best of the payments industry. Firstly, I would like to introduce and invite Ms. Praveena Rai, Chief Operating Officer, NPCI. With over 25 years of diverse experience in the banking sector in this country and abroad as well, Ms. Praveena has gained strong expertise in transaction banking, retail banking, cards, wholesale and commercial banking. She is passionate about emerging payment systems and technology solutions that influence our ecosystem. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Ms. Praveena Rai. Ladies and gentlemen, next I would like to introduce you to Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, Country Head, Visa. Yes, please take a seat, ma'am. Thank you. Once again, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, Country Head, Visa. Mr. Sandeep has a strong track record of successfully building, transforming, and divesting businesses in over 25 countries over the past 3 decades. Driven by a lot of challenges, Mr. Sandeep is a highly ambitious person and a key decision maker. He believes in adding value to clients and the franchises that he is a part of. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome Mr. Sandeep Ghosh. Warm welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Vikas Sarogi, Vice President, Merchant Acceptance, South Asia, MasterCard. An accomplished global payments industry leader with more than 17 years of diverse experience, Mr. Vikas has worked his way up the corporate ladder through persistence and determination. Besides being a keynote speaker and a fintech advisor, he has very profound knowledge of merchant acceptance, emerging payment technologies, transit payments, and issuer account management, which keeps him ahead of the curve. Over the years, Mr. Vikas has acquired a strong global perspective of developed markets, their nuances, and cross-cultural sensitivity. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Mr. Vikas Sarogi. Warm welcome, sir. And with that, I would also like to request Mr. Patel and Mr. Mehta to invite on the dais the 3 respected dignitaries. So please join us on stage. Let's have a huge round of applause. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. May I now request each one of you to kindly proceed with completing a live tap pay transaction on the phone in your hand. Yes. Yes, the moment that we all have been waiting for. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very, very important moment for us. Ladies and gentlemen, also let me tell you that we are live streaming this very, very momentous occasion. For this very, very historic moment. We have created history, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a group picture. I can say an Instagram moment as well. Applauses, ladies and gentlemen. We genuinely have created a history today, right here in this very room. Wow. Wow. This is truly a breathtaking moment, isn't it? Imagine what this technology can do. Aren't we already guessing and imagining? Like, it can help digital payments reach even the remotest of places in the country and the smallest of sellers. Like, everyone has a phone these days. It's not very far when my Kamwali Bible tell me कि madam, अब आप phone से ही मेरा payment कर दो. Right? Isn't it? So I am sure that a lot of guests right here have a lot of questions for our dignitaries who are present here. So I would like to do the honors and ask a couple of questions to our dignitaries present over here. I'll be starting with Mr. Sandeep Ghosh. So I wanted to ask that Visa is a world leader in digital payments, facilitating transactions between parties across more than 200 countries. It also, has continuously pushed the most innovative, convenient, reliable and secure payments network and technologies. What is the next big thing or things that we can expect from Visa in the near future?
Well, that's a question which would beg a fairly long answer, but let me start by saying that at the present moment, there are a couple of areas of significant focus for us before we get to the future. And one is, as an industry, we are right now very focused on enabling tokenization in a very big way. The second thing is, contactless payments offers a superlative experience, we believe, for customers. And one of our key focus areas is to make contactless payments more ubiquitous, more widely acceptable and used in every sense of the word. So that's kind of a very, very immediate focus area. Moving ahead, looking to the future, I think in India we've made rapid strides on consumer payments, while there continues to be tremendous opportunity to A, grow credit and further improve on payment success rates. So we'd look to do a lot of work on growing credit, improving payment success rates, making it even more secure, more frictionless, more convenient, more cost effective. There's a lot of opportunity which is still untapped in the country in terms of what we would call B2B payments, bringing B2B payments onto card rails. So that's a huge focus area. And more interestingly, I think we see ourselves not just as a consumer or commercial payments company, but also as we have a strategy around networks where we have a number of solutions around cybersecurity, risk management, assurance, and resilience, where we provide merchants, ecosystem players with network solutions which are beyond just transactions happening on Visa and which support other networks as well. So that's kind of the roadmap. Obviously, there's a bunch of things happening around, interesting things happening, innovations happening around digital currency, more stuff on the, on the cross-border payment side. So it's a very, very exciting, very, very dynamic space. Lots to look ahead to, lots to do. And while the nation has made fantastic progress on digital payments overall, but the journey has just begun, in our view.
Definitely, we're looking forward to that, so thank you. So the next thing I want to ask you is your opinion on what more can be done to accelerate the acceptance of digital payments by merchants in our country.
Is that to me as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, let's first recognize that there has been great progress in terms of the growth of acceptance. If you look at the RBI data and you look at QR codes as well, there's probably 10 to 11 million acceptance points in the country, and that's been a staggering growth over the last few years. Again, I do agree with Vishwas, lots more to be done there on the acceptance side. From our perspective, a bunch of things that we look to do. One is working with digital first partners like CC Avenue, beyond, let's say, legacy acquirers to continue to grow acceptance, to make it more convenient, as we just saw, more cost effective, faster, more secure. So that's the sort of traditional, going beyond the traditional and working with digital first enablers like CC Avenue. The second part is a lot of work around infrastructure, because there's a lot of focus on speed and cost. We think there needs to be continued and equal focus on security. And there's a lot of stuff happening around EMV, 3DS 2.0, the PCI DSS platform, as well as tokenization, which will all, kind of support the whole aspect of security. And the third part is, again, from an acceptance standpoint, the work that needs to happen around more of the push payments. So let's say, government flows, utility flows, bill payments, that's again uncharted territory. But great progress on acceptance points. The PIDF is a huge initiative. RBI has been pretty, unique in the fact that they contributed 50% of the initial corpus, and all the networks are now contributing to that as well. So good progress, lots more to be done, particularly when it comes to small merchants, and particularly when it comes to growth of acceptance in tier 3, tier 4 and beyond.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for, showing us the way forward. My next questions are for Ms. Praveena Rai from NPCI. Ma'am, NPCI manages digital infrastructure for our country. So many launches and innovations like RuPay, immediate payment, NACH, Beam, NFS, and many, many more, even UPI. So what next?
Hey, so first things first. Vishwas, Vishal, and the entire Infibeam team, a big congratulations to all of you. It's been phenomenal to see this, and as somebody who was a product manager sometime in a bank long back when I probably first met you guys, you've come a long way, right? It's really a matter of pride to see the journey and the number of firsts. I think many of them have been under the radar for many of us here, right? So outstanding piece of work, and so great to see the launch today here. And you've done it the classic way, right? Like he said, you're profitable. So which is like quite a unique thing in the environment we have today. So please keep going. Now back to where we are. I think we can look at it on two fronts, and this is sort of my favorite. So we've got to keep increasing the reach and the number of users. As Vishwas rightly said, we do have a high reach on consumers, but we really still haven't reached the depth in the country that we need to. So when you look at consumers or users who go beyond owners of smartphones or cards in their wallets, I think that's one large swath that's a big focus. So for example, the RBI governor recently launched UPI 123 Pay, which is really focused on feature phone customer. But more than that, I look at it as a customer who's not very savvy, probably needs, not very literate. And so a voice-enabled payment, is really where that heads. And, ultimately voice-enabled payments become really popular. I'm sure we'd all love to use it. So that's sort of one axis. He spoke about eKYC enablement of the merchant. So really using very simple eKYC norms to onboard more users, more merchants onto the platform. So that's sort of one axis which is really bringing more people on board this digital payment journey. And then you've got the other axis, which is how can we use this? And of course, Sandeep mentioned most of what's in play. We've got, of course, RBI going bang, 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 like on a weekly basis with something. So we've got mandates, we've got, tokenization, all great measures. We have some angst through the journey, but I think the end state, we are all going to be much better off. And these are all creating new use cases, new applications. We spoke about B2B, you can keep coming up with all spaces where there is a problem to solve. There is a solution to arrive at, and I think that's kind of going to be the journey, whether it is tolling, whether it's transit, whether it is, merchant payments, and, soft POS, for example, was one of them, mobile POS was one of them. I think that's really the big on what's next. So I will say if you want me to pick one, that would be the 123 Pay. That's a big focus.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your perspective. Ma'am, I wanted to ask, what's your opinion on what more can be done to accelerate the Digital India story?
Yeah, I think it's out here. That's what this kind of launch that we're seeing today is all about. So 5 to 25 million, is that the number in the RBI vision document? Right? So I think that number is already there in front of us. We have to start, working towards it, and that's the right thing to do to drive that story. But I do believe that this merchant, and I think that was sort of my first thought when I looked at this whole solution. So it's fantastic that we are making it more friction-free, more seamless, so that the acceptance is very easy. I really like that point about a chain of restaurants and, seamlessly being able to manage between them. There is a store where probably the owner of the store is not there, but there is somebody else at the store, and, can this still work? Can you still look at reconciliation? Just simple things like that. The RBI mandate on online dispute resolution. So, as easy as it is to receive a payment, the merchant should find it very, very simple to manage a dispute, manage a chargeback, manage a customer complaint. The customer should find it, equally easy. So, I think we still have some work to do on that leg. The pre-leg on KYC, etc. is then, the post-leg is there. And then supporting this merchant down that supply chain. The merchant, I think, pretty much says, look, okay, fine, I'll get all this money digitally, but what am I going to do? If I have to make my own payment, which is not yet that digital. So I think these are some of the spaces, and as we solve these, 5 to 25 should be something that we are all easily looking at.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. My next couple of questions for Mr. Vikas Sarogi from MasterCard. Sir, MasterCard is a global technology company in the payments industry and has connected and powered an inclusive digital economy that has benefited everyone, everywhere by making transactions safe, simple, smart, and accessible in more than 200 plus countries where it operates. As one of the earliest players in the country, that is in India, MasterCard has played a pivotal role in growth of digital transactions in the country. What are the current new technologies and solutions that MasterCard has launched or launching to further boost the digital transactions in our country?
Firstly, Vishwas, hearty congratulations to you and your team. It was a matter of great pride for us to see the AV playing and CCAvenue being the first pioneer in digital payments. So, hearty congratulations to you. Over the last 2-3 years and going forward, Vishwas said this, right? Our country has done a lot of work on issuance side. A lot of work needs to be done on the acceptance side. We as a network has focused a lot on acceptance solutions. Be it CPOC, which is contactless payments on COTS devices, over-the-shelf devices, or SPOC, which is signature pin on glass. CPOC, as it's called tap on phone. It essentially converts the merchant device into a acceptance enabling device, right? This is what CCAvenue has just launched. The other is pin on glass, SPOC, which is again, this has been launched for the first time in India. These are the two things which we had launched. And apart from this, other area of great importance for us is safety and security solutions. Tokenization is something the industry is working towards. Tokenization essentially means that card is converted into a 16-digit number and it is just decrypted and encrypted by the network for the transaction to go through. So I think going forward, a lot of focus will be there on acceptance side and as well as safety and security solutions.
Thank you, sir. So I wanted to ask you lastly, your opinion, could you please tell your opinion on what can more be done to accelerate the acceptance of digital payments by merchants in our country?
When you talk to any acquirer or fintech aggregator, what is the objective of acquiring, right? The objective of acquiring is not to enable digital payments for merchants. It is to grow the sales of merchants, right? Ultimately, the acquiring grows the sales of a merchant. As long as the acquirers and fintech enablers make the solutions which grow the sales of the merchant, I think the acceptance will come through.
Wow. Thank you so much. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge, huge round of applause for our distinguished dignitaries, really. You know, they have significantly illuminated this event with their charming presence. Thank you. Thank you so much. Come on, let's fill this room with applauses for them, everybody. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, now we all know that excellence is never an accident. It comes from persistence and never, ever ending enthusiasm. And IAL's desire to push the boundaries beyond the norm is extremely well known, isn't it? So here's the big question. I know the cocktails are waiting and the dinner is waiting, but kya ye dil mange more? Yes, you want more of this? Come on, we need a bigger, response from the audience. You want more from this? Yeah, ye dil mange more? So on that note, we will give you more. How about seeing something that has never been done before? Something completely new, maybe done for the first time in the world, which is going to happen right here in this very room on this stage. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, now I would like to welcome and call upon stage Mr. Rahul Hirve, Chief Executive Officer, CCAvenue SoftPOS, India, to show you the next step in digital payments. Let's have a thunderous round of applause for him, please.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your valued presence here today. So, as we have seen so many things launched today, the omni-channel app, so many features. Now, I hope you guys are excited. What next, right? So, in innovations, which we always speak about here, which we are talking from the start of the program, is a very key ingredient for the success of CC Avenue. And in this innovation, what next? What next? The word first. What next? Which is like a history, right? So imagine an app, something like, let's say Swiggy, or something like Book My Show, or something like, IRCTC, where you guys are making e-commerce purchases today and then doing the payments. So how about having CC Avenue Tap Pay as the option in e-commerce checkout, right? That is what today we are going to see. So making this possible, it is very much important to see that this is going to be a very seamless, integration of CC Avenue Tap Pay in the e-commerce applications, enabling e-commerce applications to accept the offline Tap Pay card present transactions, right? So I'm going to present you today the first e-commerce application accepting Tap Pay using CC Avenue Tap Pay. Right? So this is the app which I'm just launched to do the mobile. I need your help. Yeah. So this is the app which I'm going to launch to recharge the mobile number, right? So let's say I'm going to select a mobile number here, recharge option. I'm going to add some, proceed to pay. Now you can see there are many options and CC Avenue Tap Pay is one. And so it's just configuring the transaction. Sorry. Yes. Okay, the first ever e-commerce app making offline tap and pay transactions using CC Avenue Tap Pay SDK. So this SDK is, this SDK is seamlessly integrated in any e-commerce application and enables it to accept the card present transactions. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and you have a nice evening.
Oh my God, that absolutely wonderful act by Mr. Rahul has left us truly spellbound. So let's have once again a huge round of applause to Mr. Rahul Hirve for showing us this absolutely amazing thing about the CC Avenue app. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, today we have witnessed history unfold before our very eyes. Isn't it overwhelming? For the past 2 decades, ladies and gentlemen, our pioneering innovations have catapulted India into the elite club of top progressive e-commerce markets. With the next-gen technology that now lies in the palm of our very hand, IAL will take the lead in shaping payments in the next decade. Can we have, once again, a huge round of applause for the incredible participants who have honored us today with their participation. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a wonderful, wonderful audience. I would like to convey my special thanks to the amazing volunteers who made this event a grand success. We will now invite you to join us for cocktails, and the dinner will be served shortly. So let's join us and celebrate together this amazing, amazing new beginning. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.